The Lizardmen, first of the Old Ones, have set sail and unbeknownst to them have landed on the coast of Neghara. The Tomb Kings who rule this arid desert don't tolerate any other races roaming their lands, and they will try their best to drive the Lizardmen back into the sea. Lizardmen versus Tomb Kings, who will survive this battle? Let's find out in this 2000 points battle report.
Hello fellow Old World inhabitants and welcome to a 2000 points battle Tomb Kings versus the Lizardmen. This game is part of our friendly tournament. It's called Tournament of Terror. I know the name doesn't sound very friendly, but it is a friendly tournament. Alright, to the deployment zone, 3 Necropolis Knights, a Royal Host Infantry, 13 Warriors, 14 Archers with a level 2 Mortuary Priest with Deathly Cabal and Java Incantation of Cursed Blades, my Lord on a Dragon, also with Java's Incantation of Cursed Blades, 19 Tomb Guard with a Prince and a Royal Herald. He has a Ruby Ring of Ruin, he has a Spell Eater Axe, a Screaming Skull Catapult, 3 Tomb Guard Chariot, because this one is free, so we know that this is the Tomb Guard one. And then finally 3 Skeleton Chariots.
Introducing myself as well. So David already did the bigger introduction of things, but let me explain a bit about my army. So I'm going to play the Lizardmen, starting over here. So here we have Skink Skirmishers, 10 with the Vanguard special rule. Behind them are 4 Croxigore units, or characters, units, anyway. Then on the left of that we have the Slan Mage with the lore familiar Necromancy for the magic option. Here we have his 10 loyal Temple Guards standing next to him, always loyal to the Slan Mage. Next to that we have the Skink Chief in this case, so a character, and he is mounted on his regular Stegadon, so not the ancient Stegadon. Moving onwards we have here the Skink Priest. And the Skink Priest, he has the battle magic. He has, I believe, Pillar of Fire, and he has picked some Allure of Lustria spell. Furthermore, on the left of that, we have the Saurus Warriors. They have a Shield Wall as well. Then we have the Bastiladon with the Beam of Chotek. And here we have the Saurus Scar Veteran mounted on a Carnosaur. And lastly, we have here 11 Skink Skirmishers put behind infinite height obstacle so that it blocks some line of sight.
Dragon has moved upwards into the forest, so it has to roll a dangerous terrain test. And that's okay.
Right, so I'm going to use my Beam of Chotak magic missile with my Bastiladon on his Chariot unit. This is 50-50.
Alright.
Okay, so 9+ casting value, that's unsuccessful.
Pillar of Fire of the Skink Priest over here.
Oh. That is successful.
8 plus 2, huh?
Yeah.
10. Going to cast the Monsoon.
8+, and that is successful.
I'm gonna try a Fated Dispel. Oh, 12!
Oh, damn.
The Slan going to cast a Monsoon as well.
Successful.
He gets it. Right. Yeah, looks good. Finally, the Slan is going to cast a Spiritual Vortex. 11+.
Yes, and that is also successful.
Yes. Bow of the Stegadon on the Royal Host on 6.
And that's successful.
2 to wound.
Yep.
Alright. 6+ regeneration. Nope. 1 skeleton dice.
So, end of turn 1 for the Lizardmen. So, I had the first turn. Let's start here on the left with everything I've done and move upward to the right for the camera. I moved the Skinks upwards. Not a lot, but still after the... Oh yeah, that it remains behind the river. Also to remain out of charge range for the snakes. Croxigores have moved up behind the Skinks. Then Slan Mage moved them up, still within 3-inch range. Unfortunately, not within Magic Missile range yet, but we will see about that next turn. I've casted some successful magical vortexes. So here it is Spiritual Vortex from the Necromancy lore, and here we have Monsoon. That's going to move in a random direction at the start of David's turn. Moved the Temple Guards upwards just ever so slightly behind the forest. Moved the Stegadon with the Skink Chief into the forest so that it could do some shooting. It did one successful wound on the skeleton unit, so one archer has died. Moved the skink priest just behind the forest so that it also could still do its magic, and it did successfully cast Pillar of Flame over here, so that's also going to remove D6 in a direction of choice for me, I believe. Move the Saurus warriors behind the barricade here, partly at least. Bastiladon has moved forward, has done some unsuccessful magic missile on the chariots, unfortunately. Moved the Carnsaur forwards, also outside of charge range for the chariots, but still looking for some juicy targets for the next turn. And I haven't moved the skink scouts over here to perhaps expect or relay some chariot action on the right here. So that was my turn. Up to the Tom Kings.
Moving in a random direction. Interesting.
It's going to move 3 inches.
The Pillar of Fire is also going to move.
D6 in a direction of choice. And that's going to be 1 inch, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. King is going to use My Will Be Done to increase his movement value. A 5, that's okay because it's below his leadership, so he now has movement 10. Prince is also going to do My Will Be Done, trying to improve his weapon skill, and they did. The priest is going to do an Arise ability on the royal host. So Arise. Oh, we fail it. The king is going to try to do the same. With 9, that's okay because he has leadership 10. Mortuary priest is going to cast Deathly Cabal on himself. Deathly Cabal. 7 plus 2 is 9. I had a 9, I didn't make it because the casting value is 10. Then she's going to try to cast Jeff's Incantation of Cursed Blades, also on the same unit. So on a 7 plus. We get it with 9.
Wizardly Dispel.
Yep.
That's successful.
Yeah. The king also going to cast Jeff's Incantation of Cursed Blades on himself on a 7 up. That's 8. Wizardly Dispel.
That's 8.
8. So same level, that means I got it. The king is going to try to charge the Saurus warriors behind the barricade. So for the first, rolls a 4. For Swift Stride, gets another 6. Ooh, that's maximum. So he flies 19 and easily gets into combat with the Saurus warriors. The priest is going to try to dispel this one, the magical vortex. Gets an 11. Oh, just makes it. And then the priest is also going to try to dispel the monsoon. They don't like water.
Also,
wow. The prince is going to try to dispel the Pillar of Fire. Will he be able to dispel it? 10.
Directly. Oh my god, je hebt ze allemaal direct gehaald.
Ai.
Oh my god, this is insane.
The Screaming Skull Catapult is going to shoot at the Bastiladon. It goes 6 inch diagonal. Ooh. Alright, so it hits the Carnosaurus, but it is a risk to hit, so on a 4 up. No, nothing. Everything that was in blast radiance, so 7 inch, gets a -1 on the leadership, so that's the Bastiladon, the Carnosaurus, and the Skinks. The chariots are actually standing on the hill over here, and they're going to shoot on the Skinks hiding behind the pipe. So on 5s to hit.
1 hit.
1 hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. 5 up armor. Oh.
That's not saved.
The prince, he sees the Skinks over there behind the Carnosaurus, and he's going to use his Ruby Ring of Ruin. 8 in total, so that's cast. Going to use his Wizardly Dispel.
That's very successful.
The royal host is going to shoot at the Skinks. 8 attacks on 5s or 6s. Need 4s to wound. 1, 2 5 ups.
And that's 1, 2 saves.
Nice. The king who has charged is going first with his 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Reroll 1. Yep. Wounding on 2s. That's wounds. 3 wounds on a 6 plus.
No saves.
The dragon with 5 attacks on 3s. Reroll 1.
Nope.
Oh. On 2s to wound. 3 wounds as well. So 18 attacks of the Saurus warriors on 4s.
So that's 1.
6s to wound.
That's no wounds. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Twan forgot to charge, but we said that if he rolls challenge, sorry, I forgot to challenge. So everything below 3 is not a challenge, and if he rolls above 4, 5, or 6, then it was a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It was a challenge. Test of the Saurus Warriors. Oh no!
By rolling 11, the Saurus Warriors are going to flee. Only at the end of the game we actually found out that his Slan Mage is both his General and his Battle Standard Bearer. So he was allowed to re-roll that 11. Then he probably would have rolled something lower and he would have fallen back in good order instead of fleeing. But since this had such a huge impact on the game, it would have changed the course of the whole battle. And unfortunately, well, at the end we absolutely weren't able to turn it back anymore. And so we have to live with this unfortunate result.
Saurus Warriors have to flee. Of course the dragon is going to follow up on that. Warriors fleeing 4. Oh no, oh no. First the 2d6 of the dragon. It's going 6. He already has it.
You don't even need to follow up anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has pursued. He's going to try to reform. 9, that's okay. So he's allowed to reform.
Alright, end of turn 1 of the Tomb Kings. A very, very good turn. Very unfortunately for Twan. So what happened, just to give a quick overview. This moved upward, did some shooting, was okay, did 2 wounds, but he saved them all, that's very good. Did some weird shenanigans, walked a little bit, enticing the Carnosaurus to charge the chariots next turn. Maybe he can do something with the Tomb Guard later on. And then of course the disaster that happened over here. He rolled an 11 on his break that had to flee. And then only rolled a 4. I managed to catch up with him, completely wiping the unit. Made my reform and now reformed to see, well, everything that's over here. Many juicy targets for the Bone Dragon. Yeah, very, very big disaster indeed. And then finally the chariots here on the flank also moved up a little bit. I did some shooting, killed 1 skink, and that's it. And now we're going to turn 2 for the Lizardmen. May the old ones be with them.
King Priest with the Slan on the dragon.
Yes.
Yep, made it.
Wizardly Dispel with the king. Nope, Carnosaurus. Charging the Tomb Guard chariots. Gets a 4. The Swift Stride one. 4. Oh, that's enough.
8.
The Bastiladin shooting at the Tomb Guard.
That's successful. Bam.
Ooh, 11. Wizardly Dispel only on double 6. No, 3d3. Ooh, pretty decent. 3. Okay, average.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s.
That's
Oh.
very nice. So that is 5 wounds.
6 plus regeneration. 2. Oh, that's good. 7 shots of the skinks on the chariots. On 4s.
And poisoned attacks.
Oh, and poisons. On 5s to wound.
No
No,
wounds.
no
furthermore.
wounds. 5 plus armor save. Nothing. 6 plus regeneration. Ooh, 2. 10 shots of the skinks on the Necropolis Knights. 4s, 6s are poison. 5s to wound.
1 more wound.
Alright. 4 plus armor. Yikes. 6 up regen. 1. The Slan trying to finish off the last Necropolis Knight over here with an Unquiet Spirits. 8 plus to cast.
That's successful.
Alright. Wizardly Dispel. That's 7 plus 2 is 9. Then it has been cast. 3d6 hits. Getting. Ooh! Oi, oi, oi.
That's insane.
On 6s.
2 6s.
Trying to save with my regeneration. No. They 1 dies and 1 has 2 wounds remaining. Actual Vortex of the Slan.
That's a 7, so that's successful.
Wizardly Dispel. 12. Monsoon of the Skink Priest.
That's not successful.
Oh. Skink Priest, Pillar of Fire. Monsoon with the Slan.
Yes, successful.
11. I need a 12. 8 plus 2 is 10. No. Monsoon has been cast. Battle between the Carnosaurus and the Tomb Guard chariots. The Scarf Veteran is going first. On 3s.
That's 4 hits.
Nice. 3s to wound.
The 3 wounds.
5 plus armor save. Save 2. 6 plus regeneration. No. Carnosaur is going now, hitting on force.
That's 2.
2 wounds.
1 wound.
Oh, Apimin 3. So that means 6 plus regen. Nope. A big mistake on my part. It's actually not a Tomb Guard chariot, just a normal regular skeleton chariot. So that means I actually did not save the armor save and I lost 1 skeleton chariot. But the 2 remaining are going to strike back. So, hitting on force. 2. Wounding on 6s. Nope, nothing. 4 horses. 2. I mean 1 because of weapon skill 2. Then need a 6.
On
stomp
2s.
attacks.
Yes, 2 stomp attacks successful.
So 6 plus regen. 1. The last skeleton chariot actually crumbles because of unstable. Scar Veteran is going to try to restrain and reform.
That's successful. End of turn 2 from the Lizardmen. So, although turn 1 was a bit disastrous because of losing all my Saurus warriors at once, still a bit salty. I am a bit less salty at the moment because I had a pretty good turn considering the circumstances. Let's start over at this side. So I moved my Skink Skirmishers without his or outside of his vision arc. I've done some shooting, did a wound on his chariot here. This was the most successful battle actually. I completely wiped his chariot unit because of the unstable rule. And I did a successful reform, so looking out for some juicy targets in the next turn. With my Bastiladon, I did some successful shooting magic missile on this unit over here. Furthermore, moved my Stegodon up outside of the vision arc from the dragon. This is the same for the Skink Priest. Moved the Temple Guards ever so into the forest with a 1-inch mule so that it doesn't have to take a extra test because of the water, so that it is within dangerous terrain. Moved the Slan Mage outside of vision for the dragon and did with the Slan some successful shooting on the how do you say, the
Necropolis Knights?
Yes, thank you. Unquiet Spirits did I believe 2 wounds on them with that. Also did 2 wounds and moving outside of the vision arc with my Skink Skirmishers. So he lost 1 of his snakes. Moved the Croxigores as far up as I could to minimize the potential initiative bonus if he decides to charge, which is very likely. And I have casted Monsoon successfully for his big large core unit over here.
Yes.
End of turn 2, that was it.
Reaction.
Okay,
It's
dus
going.
gaat er doorheen?
Yeah, it hits the unit. So how many inches?
4 inch.
The Mortuary Priest is going to use his Arise ability on the Necropolis Knights.
Gets a 6, that's okay. So the Necropolis Knights regain 2 wounds, getting the 1 snake back on 1 wound. The Prince going to do the same. Arise on his own unit. 8, that is okay. D3 plus 1 models. So 4 models. The Tomb Prince doing a My Will Be Done on his unit, trying to improve the movement characteristics. How much movement? 1. The King going to do the same. My Will Be Done to improve his weapon characteristics. That is also okay. Charge move of the Tomb Guard. Need to get a 6. They didn't get it. So that's a failed charge. The Screaming Skull Catapult on the Stegodon. Alright, going 2 inch.
Very unsuccessful.
Yeah. On a 4 up. Okay. Needs a 6 to wound. Oh, I guess it.
5 plus to save the wound, and I did.
2d6 on the blast range, so 5 inch after a -1 leadership doesn't matter. Got to cast my spells, but Twan lets me anyway, so that's very nice of him. So just Incantation of Cursed Blades on a 7 up. That's high, that's 13. Dispel attempt.
10 or higher, and that's unsuccessful.
Deathly Cabal. That's not enough. Just Incantation of Cursed Blade with the King, when before he was in combat. That's also okay on an 8. And that's successful. The Royal Host is shooting at the Skinks. 5 up and 6 are poison. 5 plus save.
1 save.
The Chariots shooting at the Skink Priest. 6 shots on 5s. Pretty good. Need force to wound. 4 wounds. The Skink has been shot to pieces. We are at combat. The king is going to go first with his 4 attacks on the temple guard. So 4 attacks hitting on 3. Reroll 1. Yep. Wounding on 2s. 3 wounds.
Save. 1 save.
The dragon, however, only hits on 4s. Ooh, but that's pretty good. Wounding on 2s. Everything. So the temple guards, they challenged. So the champion has been killed with an overkill of 6. 4 attacks going back.
Nice.
Nice. So wounding on 4s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Has to re-roll them. Re-rolling to 1 wound. 5 plus regeneration. Nope. Temple guard going to do a break test. Oh, 10! No, that's fleeing. My god. So I'm going to pursue, but first the flee move. 8, okay. So pursuing with 7 plus 4. 11, that means I wiped them. Right, the king is going to try to reform. 9, that's okay.
We come at the battle between the Croxigors and the Necropolis Knights.
First the impact hits on 3 up. That's all 3 of them. 5 up saves.
No save.
Damn, no saves. Alright, so 1 Croxigor has died. Now the knights on top are going first. Hitting on 3s. Wounding also on 3s. 4 wounds, AP minus 1. 6 plus save. Come on.
2 saves.
Snakes on 4s and 6s are poison. Wounding on 3s. 4, 5 ups.
1 save.
Croxigors heading back.
Oh, damn.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Wounding on 2s.
That's less ideal.
Oh no. 6 plus armor. 1. 6 plus regeneration.
Nope.
Nothing. Test. My god. It unfortunately is fleeing. Flee, how many inches?
Okay,
11. Okay. Pursue. 2d6. 7 plus Swift Stride. 1 is 8.
End of turn 2. So to give an overview what happened, snakes won combat with the Corsicaurs. They are running away. They followed up. They did get, however, 1 wound of dangerous terrain. Didn't manage to catch them.
Yeah, so I have a 9 leadership. I rolled 10.
Yeah, it's crazy. Here, as you can see, there are no more temple guards. They have been
I have a leadership of 9 and I rolled
11.
10. Oh, 11.
Yeah, the same thing happened, but
Super
of course
crazy.
the dragon flies, so it was too difficult to get away from him.
Yep.
I did try some shooting here. With the skeleton chariots, actually, we sniped the skink priest.
That was over here.
Yeah, that's very good, actually. So that's the end of turn 2. I'm going to turn 3 of the Lizardmen. Hopefully they can still defeat the kings.
Monsoon going this way. 5. Slaan casting Curse of Mage on the Necropolis Knights.
Curse of Years.
Curse of Years on the Necropolis Knights.
Successful.
Alright. Trying to dispel that with a double 6, never mind. Of the Croxigors. That's
Yes,
okay.
made it.
Right.
9 plus. That's unsuccessful.
Oh no. Inquire Spirits with the Slan.
Is 5. That's successful, I believe. We'll double check.
Yep. Trying to dispel that. That's unfortunately dispelled. Spiritual Vortex.
That's 7 plus 4 is successful.
Alright. Dispel attempt. Nope. Monsoon.
Successful.
10, so I need to roll pretty high. No. Monsoon has been cast. The skinks shooting at the chariots.
2 poison.
3 poison. 5 to wound.
That's 1 wound.
1 wound. 5 plus armor. Oef.
Niet normaal, jongen.
6 plus regen. Oh no!
This is crazy, man. Crazy.
The skinks shooting at the snakes. 9 shots.
That's 3 hits. Wounding on 5s.
Oeh.
2 wounds.
4 plus armor. 1.
Lief kapot.
6 plus regen.
Yes.
Okay, he's kapot. The big combat between the Toonguard unit, the Carnosaurus, and the Staccaden. The champion has declared a challenge, and the Carnosaurus with the Scar Veteran is going to accept. Right, on trees.
That's 3.
3. Strength 5, toughness 4, so on trees. 6 plus armor. Save 1. 6 plus regeneration. No. 4 attacks of the Carnosaurus on 3s.
Yes, that's also 3.
Yep.
That's 3.
3 wounds. 2 for the stomp attacks.
Yep.
2 more. Okay.
On 3s.
On 3s with the great horns. Oh, that's unfortunate. And that's 1. 5 plus armor. Save it. Have skill 4, so on 4s.
That's nice.
Wounding on 4s. This King Crew, 5 attacks on 4s.
1.
Wounding on 5s. Striking back, the Tomb Prince is going to hit the Staccadan. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Need 5s to wound. No wounds. 3 on this side are going to hit also on the Staccadan on 4s. Get 1, wounding on 6. No wounds. 4 attacks of the Tomb Guard on the Carnosaurus. On 4s, get 2, wounding on 6s. 1 6. Sorry, that's not true, because the Carnosaurus is in a challenge. I'm not allowed to hit the Carnosaurus.
Okay,
4.
Stomp attacks on 3s. 2.
2. So 6 plus regen. Nope, 2 more die.
Apologies for the background noise. There's a grass mower of my neighbors is currently ongoing. But anyway, let's get into it. Turn 3 of the Lizardmen. So let's start over here. Bastiladon, I tried my magic missile on the chariot. Fortunately, didn't make the magic missile. Didn't get the cost, unfortunately. Tried to do some shooting on the chariots, but did no wounds with my skinks, unfortunately. Charged with both the Staggadon and the Carnosaur over here. Did some decent amount of damage. Took out half of the unit, I would say. But yeah, still ongoing battle. They gave ground. And Unquiet Spirits was not successfully cast, unfortunately, so I couldn't shoot on the snake here. But I did some shooting with my skinks, however, and I wiped one of the snake units, so that's good. I casted Monsoon over here, and here is a Spiritual Vortex also ongoing. Let's see how the Monsoon moves and how the Tomb Kings will in turn 4.
Alright. Monsoon going to move. Down how many inches? 2. The Mortuary Priest is going to try an Arise on Necropolis Knights. Rolls are 4, that's okay.
The Tomb King also using his Arise ability on the Necropolis Knights.
Rolls are 7, that's okay, so regains 1 more wound. My Will Be Done of the Tomb Prince on his unit to increase the weapon skill. 8, that's okay, because he has leadership 9. My Will Be Done on the King to improve his weapon skill. That's 10, that's also okay, because he has leadership 10. So, weapon skill plus 1. Mortuary Priest is going to try to dispel the Monsoon. Needs to roll 8. 5 plus 2, 7, didn't get it. The obvious charge, the Tomb King is going into the flank of the Staggadon and the chariots in the front of the Bastiladon. Jav Incantation of Cursed Blades before I forget it again with the King. That's a miscast. Miscast result 5. So it's a small blast, so on a 4 up I hit myself, I do. Strength 6, toughness 6, wounding myself on a 4. Stop rolling 6s total. So, have to re-roll that one. Okay, he gets 1 wound. 5 plus regen? No, okay, takes 1 wound. Jabs Incantation Cursed Blades with the priest on the unit. Doesn't get it. Catapult, shooting template on the Slan. That's definitely not. Ooh, do I hit my snake? Yeah. But between the Skeleton Chariots and the Bastiladon, 3d3 impact hits. Wounding on 5s. 5 armor saves on a 3 up.
It's 3 saved.
Okay, take 2 wounds. The Skeleton Crew is going first, hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. Oh, that's nothing. The horses on 4s.
Are you kidding me?
6s to wound. Nothing.
Okay.
Skink Crew on 4s.
Nope, nothing.
So first on 4s for the Bastiladon. Wounding also on 4s.
That's no wounds.
Ay. Stomp attacks, d3 plus 1.
2 stomp attacks. Very unsatisfying.
On 4s to wound. My god.
No wounds.
7. So that is fall back in good order. He ran away 4, so I'm going to overrun. And I follow up with 7, so we are back in combat. Alright, the combat between the king and the Stegadon, and the Carnosaurus and the Tomb Guard, the king has issued a challenge and the Stegadon has to accept. The king is going first. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Pretty decent. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, 5 plus armor save.
1 save.
Then the dragon, also on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, 6 plus.
No saves.
No saves, 2 wounds.
Hit on 4s.
Yes, the skinks. 1 hit. The chief, the skink chief. Wounding on 6s.
No
Nope.
wounds. And the second one hitting on 5s. That's pretty decent. 3 hits.
6 is rerollable.
Okay.
Nothing.
No wounds.
Hitting on 5s.
No hits.
Nothing. You can do your stomp attacks first.
Okay, day 3 plus 2.
Yeah.
4 stomp attack.
On 5s.
2.
2 reroll. Armor of the Ages. Yeah. No wounds. D6 stomp attacks of the Bone Dragon. 3 on 4s. 1 wound.
Armor.
4 plus armor. Doesn't make
1
it.
wound. So 4 wounds in total.
Car Veteran going first, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s.
Yes.
6 plus armor. 1. 6 regen. 1 attack of the Tomb Prince on the Scar Veteran on 3s. Get it. Needs to get a 5 to wound. Also gets it. 6 plus armor.
Yes.
5 Tomb Guards on 4s. 1. Only wounds on the 6. Nope. Royal Herald first on 4s. Needs a 6 to wound. Oh.
That's a 6.
Alright.
1 plus. Ook saved.
Nice. Attacks of the Carnosaurus
Yes.
on 4s.
1, unfortunately.
And then wounding on 2s.
Yes.
Oh no, stomp attacks
Yes.
on 2s. Regeneration. No. Big test for the Stegadon. Not too high. It's okay, that means give ground. And then the Carnosaurus. 8 fall back in good order. Carnosaurus falling back.
Yep. 7.
Plus 5th stride. 5. The Tomb Guard of pursuing the Carnosaurus needs to get a 7 at least. No, didn't get it. The combat between the Necropolis Knights and the Kroxigor. The Necropolis Knights have been hexed, so they only have a web skill of 3, meaning I need 4s. Wounding on 3s because of Cav Spears. Nothing, no wounds. Impact hits. 2. 5 plus armor.
That's 1 save.
The snakes also on 4s. Wounding on 3s. 5 plus saves.
No save. 1 save.
4 attacks on 4s of the Kroxigor. Wounding on 2s.
That's a wound.
Aha. 6 plus armor save. Nope. 6 regen. No. Kroxigors have to roll a break test. Oh, they save it.
Alright, end of turn 3 of the Tomb Kings. What happened over here? The Tomb Kings won combat. The Carnosaurus fell back in good order. The Tomb Guards tried to catch up with him, didn't make it. So they're now over here. They did break contact with the Stegadon.
Stegadon gave ground.
Stegadon had to give ground. And then the king is in combat still with the Stegadon. He followed up. Here the Chariots charged the Bastildodon, did 2 wounds, did not get any wounds in return. This one still only has 2 wounds remaining. Over here the Kroxigors, 1 Kroxigor died.
Suffered 4 wounds.
Yeah, so 1 more Kroxigor remaining with 2 wounds. And 1 Necropolis Knight has 2 wounds remaining. So we're going to turn 4 of the Lizardmen.
Curse of Years of the Slan Mage on the Royal Host. He got a 13, only with a double 6 can I dispel it. And I do not. The Slan is going to cast Unquiet Spirits on the Royal Host.
That's successful with a 9.
Dispel a 10 of the Mortuary Priest. No, didn't get it. 3d6.
That's pretty good.
11 5 pluses.
That's pretty decent.
5 wounds, alright. 5 6 plus regens. Nothing.
9 skinks are going to shoot here, short range with poison shots. 1 poison.
1 poison. Wounding on 4s.
Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds. 3 wounds.
5 plus armor. Oei. 6 plus regen. Also nothing.
3, 4,
Skinks
5, 6,
shooting at the
7,
catapults
8,
on 4s. 6s to wound.
No wounds. Slan Mage. That's successful.
The spell? Forget about it. The combat between the Necropolis Knights and the Croxigore. The Necropolis Knights are going first. Hitting on 3s.
2 hits.
4s to wound. 2 wounds. 6 plus.
Both are dead. Yeah.
Aye. The Croxigores have died. Oh my god. Trying to restrain and reform. 6, that's okay. The combat between the Skeleton Chariots and the Bastillodon. Impact hits. Need 5s. Ooh, get 2.
So both safe.
Both save. Skeleton crew going first. On 4s. Need 5s to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 4 plus.
1 saved.
6 horses. Need 4s.
So
Need 6s to wound.
1
1 6. 3 plus to save, otherwise it dies. Oh no! It has died. Ay ay ay.
It's very sad.
Oh no. I restrain and reform with the chariots. The king has a leadership of 10, so that means it made the restrain. It's going to reform. Alright, the Scar Veteran and the Tomb Herald are in a challenge. They are going at the same time, but the Veteran is going to roll the dice first. On 4s, 2 hits, 3 to wound. Armor of Silver Steel makes it a 4 plus. Save 1. Regeneration. Makes it. Royal Held is going to strike back on 4s. Ooh, that's not good.
No hits.
Dinosaurs on 4s. On 2s to wound.
2 wounds.
6 plus armor.
What?
Oh my god. Storm attacks on 2s.
Yes.
5 plus armor. Nope. 6 plus regeneration. No, the Tomb Herald has died. The combat between the Tomb King and the Skink Chief on the Staggerton. Skink Chief is going first. Hitting on 4s.
2 hits.
Wounding on 6s.
0 wounds.
5 attacks of the normal
Weapon
skinks.
skill 3.
That means on 5s.
2.
And then on 6s to wound.
Yes. Yes, 1 wound.
And needs to rerolled. Armor of the Ages.
Nope.
No, unfortunately. The king striking back. Wounding on 2s. Hitting on 2s. On 4s to wound. 2 wounds. Armor save.
No saves.
4 attacks of the Staggerton. On 5s.
Yeah, 1.
1 on 5s. Strength 5. The dragon hitting on... wounding on 4s. Ooh, 1 wound. Can the Staggerton survive? Will he survive?
Nope.
No.
Staggerton dice.
Unfortunately, the Staggerton has died. The Bone Dragon is going to overrun. Gets a 4. Reform. That's okay.
Okay, so end of turn 4 for the Lizardmen army. Some successful things, some things that I hoped would have gone better, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's move first over here. I did my Unquiet Spirits on this unit and also did some successful shooting with my skinks, and they moved here. I believe I did around 9 wounds in total or something like that.
Yeah,
so
9.
that's quite nice. I've placed my Spiritual Vortex over here, so that if they want to charge, they have to take a Dangerous Terrain test. Big mistake here is that I haven't moved my Slan, so they are a juicy target for the next turn for the snakes. So that's a bit stupid on my end, but yeah, it is what it is. Furthermore, here combat was resolved. Staggerton was killed by the dragon. Carnosaur did some successful wounds on, and it was called by, I believe, by the champion. So
The Tomb Herald.
yes, the Tomb Herald, exactly. Yeah, killed the Tomb Herald and did 1 additional wound.
Yeah.
Did some unsuccessful shooting on the
Screaming Skull Catapult.
yes, and I believe that's my turn. So end of turn 4.
In the beginning of my turn, I'm going to try to dispel the Vortex over there with a 13. The Arise ability of the Mortuary Priest on this unit, that's too much, so he didn't get it. The king is going to use his Arise ability on the Skeleton Chariots. Rolls a 4, so that's okay. Just incantation of Cursed Blades on this unit with another 13. Wizardly Dispel. 4 plus
7 plus 4.
11.
That's
And
not
I got
successful.
13, so it's not successful. No. Deathly Cabal.
Not successful.
Not successful. Just incantation of Cursed Blades with the king. Needs a 7, rolls a 8. Dispel.
Successful.
Yeah, successful. Dragon is obviously going to charge the Carnosaurus. And the snakes are charging the Slan. The Slan is going to try a flee move. So first the flee move. Runs away 6. Snakes are going to try to catch him. They roll a 6 for Swift Stride. Ay ay ay. 2 dangerous terrains. Unfortunately, the Slan has been killed. Gets 1 wound. So the charge of this unit on the skinks. 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Right, so they are in combat. The skeleton chariots are shooting at the skink. So on 5s. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. 5 plus save. Alright, the Bone Dragon and the Tomb King have challenged the Scar Veteran. He has to accept. The King is going first. With 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. Armored of Silver Steel, so 4 ups.
2.
The Dragon with 5 attacks. On 4s.
Wat is skill 5?
4s. 2 wounds. AP minus 2. 5 plus save.
1 save, so 1 wound.
1 wound.
Skill
On
5?
4s.
Yes, 1.
Wounding on 5s. Then the Carnosaurus.
5 attacks.
On 5s. Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s. Yes, 1 wound.
Unfortunately, that one has to be rerolled. 5 plus regen. Nope. Storm attacks of the Carnosaurus on 3s.
It's 2 hits.
Reroll.
1
1.
hit.
6 plus armor. No. And no. D6 stomp. 6. Wounding on 4s. 3 plus save. Bij mij ook. Oh, nice.
All of them saved.
Break test of the Carnosaurus. 6.
That's
okay.
positive. Give
Give
ground.
ground. Combat between the Royal Host and the Skinks. Royal Host going first. Hitting on 4s. And 6s are poison. No AP.
5 plus.
5 plus.
Ah, 3 saved.
Yeah. The priest, he has a serpent staff. Hits on a tree.
He does.
And there's a poison, so 1 wound, so no save, so kills 1 skink. Hitting back on 4s. Wounding on 4s.
Yes, 1 wound.
5 plus armor.
Yep.
Makes it. The skinks have to make a break test. As low as possible. Whew.
Flee.
Flee move. And I'm going to pursue. So 2d6.
Off the board.
8. Do I catch them? No, I don't.
End of turn 4 of the Tomb Kings. Good turn. I won combat over here with the dragon on the Carnosaurus. He gave ground. I followed up with the dragon. Not with my Tomb Guard, otherwise you're gonna die. One combat over here with the Royal Host. They pursued, didn't manage to catch them. So, well, that's that I would say.
Yeah, so 8-inch flee. So that means 3 of my skinks ran off the board. Other ones stay on the board.
Yeah.
And 1 inch between skinks and the unit.
And then over here.
That's very sad.
Very sad for Twan, but I did manage to catch the Slan Mage and kill him. So no more Slan in the game. And that's the end of turn 4. Going to turn 5 of the Lizardmen.
Rally test for the skinks. Oh,
Didn't made it.
no. 9 shots of the skinks on the chariots. On 4 up.
No poison attacks.
3 up. Ending on 5.
No wounds.
No wounds. Combat still between the Carnosaurus and the Tomb King. The King is going first with 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Needing 4s to wound. 3 wounds. 4 plus save.
4 plus save.
Oh,
Saves.
no save. Scar Veteran going to strike back on the King. 4 attacks on 4s. Okay.
3.
Wounding on 5s. And successful wounds need to be rerolled. 1, and that one has to be rerolled. 4 attacks. 5s, unfortunately.
It's 2.
And then wounding on
Twos.
trees. On trees.
Yes.
Nice. Reroll.
Wounds.
Still 3 wounds. 5 plus regen. 2 wounds. The Bone Dragon with 5 attacks on force. Force again. Nothing. Carnosaurus stomps. Yep. On trees.
That's 1.
Needs to be rerolled.
That's 1.
Nice. Regen. Gets it. Stomp attacks of the dragon. 5. On force. 3 plus save.
It's 2 saves.
Nice. King wins combat by 2. Break test of the Carnosaurus. 8.
Yeah.
So how much? Oh, that's more than enough. Yeah. Follow up. 7. Okay, so we are back in base contact. Try to just play out this battle still between the two, and then the match will be determined. So the king is going first. The king on trees. Needing force to wound. 1 wound. 4 plus.
Yep,
Saves it.
save.
Dragon on force. Ooh.
1.
Deals 1 wound. AP minus 2.
Save.
Save. Veteran.
Yep.
On force.
It's 2. Wounding on 5s. It's 2 wounds.
Reroll.
Yep. This is 1 wound.
Regen? Nope. 4 attacks. Yes. On 5s.
4s.
No 5s.
Oh, 5s. Okay, 0.
The stomps.
Yes, 3.
On 2s. Reroll. Save his armor. Nope. 5 plus regen. Nope. D6 stomps of the dragon. 5. Needing force. 3 wounds. On a 3 plus.
Okay.
Oh, he just died.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Right, hello everyone, we come at the end of the game. After the defeat of the Carnosaurus by the Tomb King, we've decided to put an end to this game. I'm pretty sure that I would not be able to catch the Skinks, so they will be alive at the end of the game, but pretty much everything rest has been taken. Maybe a major victory.
Major victory, I think.
Maybe victory.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and if you did like it, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time in the world of Legend. Until then.